African Knife Guy, and I'm back with another fun-filled video for you. Today we're going to do a production knife, and this is one that has been around for quite a bit, but this is a different version of that knife. I was actually going to wait to do this video because I have I've got the regular iridium coming soon. This one, however, is the iridium in carbon fiber. And instead of taking it out of the box, I just want to show you the box, but I've got the knife right here. So let's take a look at it. So this is basically the carbon fiber version of the iridium. There's several videos on this knife. This is basically my version of the video. Just trying to pretty much get back into doing videos again, and this is one of the ones that I wanted to do. So this is the Kershaw Iridium all carbon fiber, and it's fantastic. The knife runs on what's called the Duralock, which is the same as the Access Lock that Benchmade put out. But this one is, it seems like they've improved on it, on the concept of the Access Lock, or their version of the X Lock, which is called the Duralock. You can open and close it a couple of ways. Obviously, there's the thumb stud, and then there's the fidget factor of the Duralock or the Access Lock itself, which you can open this way. You can also open the knife with inertia if you want to. It's very fidgety. The star of the show, though, are the carbon fiber scales. Now, you guys that are familiar with carbon fiber, carbon fiber basically has these strands in the carbon fiber. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there are strands in the carbon fiber. That's how you can tell. It's not like the peel ply stuff. The knife is pretty much made incredibly light because there's no liners in it. What they did was they mounted one side of the knife. You can see it goes all the way down into the knife. It's very, very thin, but it goes all the way down to about here, covering one whole side of the knife, very thin and mounted in there. If I flip the knife over, you can see the other side of the knife. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It looks like it's on both sides. So it's pretty much, they have this super thin liner all the way on the inside of the knife on both sides. And you can see that where they've actually mounted it inside there. There it is on one side, and then on the other side, it's right there. So it's basically looks like a full liner lock with these super thick carbon fiber scales over it. You got a nice deep pocket clip, and I can't tell what color this is. I mean, in some parts of the light, it's red, and then in other parts of the light, it's like freaking orange. So I don't know what that color is supposed to be. So let's go ahead and take a look at the specs real quick, and then we'll do some size comparisons. All right, here. So basically, here it is right here. We've got 3.45 inches. The blade material is M390. It's got a hard Rockwell hardness of 59 to 60. Blade finish coating is Stonewash. And then you've got carbon fiber scales. The overall length of the knife is 7.95, and it weighs just 2.9 ounces. All right, size comparison time. I'm going to go ahead and do it up against a lot of knives that you guys are very familiar with. Let's go ahead and just start out with the Paramilitary 2. Everybody likes Paramilitary 2. There it is right there. Paramilitary, and then let's do it up against the, how about the Benchmade Bug Out? So it's slightly larger than the Benchmade Bug Out. Let's see what else I got. How about the ZT0562? Very popular knife. You want to put it up against something smaller. What about the Spyderco Techno? So there it is up against the Spyderco Techno right there. So we have a fairly smaller knife up against it. So it's basically falls in the large category. If you want to see how it falls in large category, let's do this. There's the Kershaw Iridium. This is the Spyderco Techno. And in the middle, we're going to put, how about the Spyderco Sage right in the middle? So there you have it. You've got your large, you've got your medium, and your small. So the Kershaw Iridium just pretty much makes it into the large category, even though it's 3.45-inch blade length. That pretty much makes it a large knife overall. So getting back to this knife here, again, the star of the show is the carbon fiber scales and how incredibly light it is. I think the knife is incredibly very fidgety. I mean, this is definitely one that's you can have a lot of fun with in your pocket. There's so many options for flicking it open. I mean, yeah, there you go. You're going to do it that way if you wanted to. The blade shape, I don't know. I'm going to go with the modified sheep's foot. Some people would say it's like a Wharncliffe style blade. I say it's more like a I don't know, looks more like a, sheep's foot to me, but it kind of comes down to here, which makes it a little bit confusing. You would actually think it would be like a Wharncliffe style blade instead. But you've got a little bit of belly to it, where you can, it's got like sort of a slight belly to it, so you can do some drawing cuts, but not a lot. Not like you would say maybe a drop point blade maybe. That one would look a little bit, probably work a little bit better with drawing cuts, possibly maybe even a drop point or even a Persian. You'll be able to do more like drawing cuts with that. But for everyday tasks, this knife is fantastic, I think. You've got a nice deep pocket carry clip on there. And like again, I don't know what the backspacer color is. In some parts of the light, it's red. Other parts of the light, it's orange. So I can't really tell. The knife is beautifully centered, also, which is a big gripe with me. I mean, for me, a knife's got to be perfectly centered, and this one is dead on. I love that. It's constructed with these 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, completely close to. Not completely enclosed, but there's a little bit of open space in there. It does not run on ball bearings. This knife runs on washers only. Washers and the Omega spring, which is what the Duralock kind of opens and closes. There's actually a spring inside this knife, which allows it to open and close easily. There's no detent in it. So, I mean, basically it's just a little spring. I mean, there's very little resistance here, but it's not like it'll, open up on you by accident or anything. Even if you were to shake it like that, it's not going to come out. The spring is strong enough that it can actually support that. So if we were to compare this knife with another knife, you'd probably want to compare it to probably, maybe the Benchmade Bug Out would be a good comparison, but I think the Kershaw Iridium and carbon fiber easily beats out the Benchmade Bug Out, no problem. I mean, there's something, like this actually has blade play in it. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons why I say it beats it out. It's also not perfectly centered. I mean, you can see that it's kind of going a little bit over this way. Not sure why that is. This may be a Benchmade Bug Out that actually was constructed during the time that they had all of their issues with production. So that's probably when this knife was made. It's pretty disappointing. But in any case, the Kershaw iridium and carbon fiber definitely is a much better comparison, definitely a much better knife than the Bug Out. I would definitely go with this knife rather than the Benchmade Bug Out. I wanted to let you know also, this knife is also cheaper than the Benchmade Bug Out. I think this knife comes in like right around 159, maybe 160 for this one. I got a really good price on it. I'm not going to say what I bought it for, but I got a really good price on that, and I couldn't pass it up. Basically, I think the Benchmade Bug Out, I believe this knife is much, much more. Like right around, I'm sure it's like at least over 200 for this one, versus the Kershaw. The Kershaw iridium and carbon fiber, which really makes no sense at all because the knives are basically constructed the same, right? Same materials on the knife, same blade. This is M390. Oh no, this is S9DV and this is M390. So, I mean, you're talking two knives with super steel on them. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would definitely go more for the iridium just because, number one, it's a little bit bigger knife and falls in a large category. This is kind of falling shy of a medium-sized knife. So a little bit larger, same materials as the Bug Out. Blade steels are comparable. You know, I mean, for me, it's a no-brainer. I would go with the iridium. Kershaw iridium any day of the week. That's not to say that the Benchmade Bug Out isn't a good knife, but I would definitely go for this over the Benchmade Bug Out if any of you guys think about getting a Bug Out. It is a little bit difficult to find this knife, but you can still find it. It's still out there. Keep checking websites. They've got this knife up in certain places for sale. Definitely check out eBay. They've got the knife there on eBay, brand new in a box. You can probably get it cheaper there from one of the other dealers. Definitely a great knife. I highly recommend it. Other than that, there's not much more to say about this. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video when I will compare this one to the aluminum iridium. I'll compare those two knives together, and, you know, we'll take a look at that. Thanks so much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I do appreciate your you guys watching. Thank you.